Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use Carracosta. Hold on, guys. That's a shell. Okay, that's a shell, that's a shell. That means that this Pokemon gets Shell Smash, which means we can't look at these stats at face value unless we're running it as a full tank, but we'll get into that later. However, what Shell Smash does is it cuts your defenses, but also doubles your attack, your special attack, and your speed. So that means we're going to have to look at this Pokemon a bit differently. Interestingly enough, a lot of Shell Smash Pokemon have a very high core defensive stat. It does help with Shell Smash, and it also makes the tanky dynamic of the Pokemon really interesting. But overall, 108 attack. That getting boosted, going to be pretty nice. 83 special attack. Does give us special options if we need it. But 32 speed. Not good on Shell Smash Pokemon. That's so low that even when we double our speed, we're not going to be ridiculously fast, and that's going to be a problem. If we're looking at just for its stats, like we're not running Shell Smash, we're doing tank or setup or something, 74 hit points with 133 defense, that's good. 74 hit points with 65 special defense, that's bad. So that's kind of how we're looking at Carracosta. The stats, interesting that if it wants to do something, it's going to kind of be split. That if it had too much power in one area, it would really excel, but with this you do at least have some options. Looking at its typing, going to be a rock water typing. Interesting typing for sure. You do have to worry about grass types. Oh man, that's actually pretty unfortunate right there, that if it was ground and water, it would only have the 4 times weakness to grass. With rock, you get fighting, ground, and electric weakness. Not that great. However, we do get a good amount of resistances. Normal, flying, poison, fire, and ice. So we do resist well. Our rock stab is going to be pretty nice with that water, and that is going to be Carracosta from a defensive standpoint. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, I was just thinking what we need to do is we need to look at that speed and really get the most out of it. So say we have an unboosting nature, we're just going for like an adamant, or I like lonely in this case, and I'll talk about that in a bit. We only get 163 speed on neutral nature. We're doubling that, that's only going to be 326. You know why that's not good? Say we have a Pokemon like Celebi, and that's going to be a timid Celebi. We're going to have less speed than a base 100 speed with speed investment. That means a Kangaskhan's still going to outspeed us even after Shell Smash, which is why I was thinking Salac Berry. Now we do get the Sturdy ability. Sturdy is awesome. It means we don't have to worry about a Focus Sash, and we can kind of do whatever we want in this situation because, okay, we come in, we absorb that hit, we get our Shell Smash, our speed goes up, and the idea is we want to get knocked out effectively, that we want to be left on 1 hit points or really, really low hit points, and then Salac Berry will activate. Salac Berry activating, that's going to push us to over 405 speed, so we outspeed 135 base speed Pokemon with that Salac Berry, which is really nice. That's why I was thinking Lonely Nature. It makes us lose defense, so it means we're not going to be as tanky of a Pokemon, so even against physical attackers, we have a chance of getting knocked into that low hit points and having Salac Berry activate. Kind of risky, kind of awkward when you think about it, but if we're turning into a sweeper, we're not worrying about our defenses at all. Going Shell Smash into damage, and that's where things get cool. Also, Stone Edge. I don't think it's that great of a move on Carracosta when you look at everything else that it gets. So, high critical hit ratio, that's whatever, but Stone Edge. Going to get stab, 150 power, however, 80% accuracy. Let's take a move like Flail. With Sturdy, if we do get into low hit points, Flail is going to have 200 base power. So unless we're landing Stone Edge super effective, Flail is going to do more damage than a neutral Stone Edge. So why run the lesser accuracy move? Or even then, we could run Rock Slide. If we're really worried about flying type Pokemon and we want to hit them super effective, Rock Slide, that's going to get stabbed and super effective, so it's going to have more damage than Flail in the end on a super effective hit, and it's going to have better accuracy. So I feel that after you're already doubling your attack and throwing out a stab move that's going to be super effective, you really don't have to worry about your opponent surviving a Rock Slide or a Stone Edge, so you might not want to play that accuracy game. And then you can run like Earthquake. As you can see, there's other things here. We have Aqua Tail if you want more damage, less accuracy. That's the way you play. You can go do that. We get access to Earthquake as well. Knock off Low Kick. So we do get some good offensive coverage depending on how we want to do it. And Waterfall. Waterfall is interesting. Low base power, good accuracy, but that 20% chance to flinch. So we get a stab powerful move, and that 20% chance might save us the game because we are going to be outspeeding the Pokemon if they don't have priority or if they're faster than 135 base speed Pokemon. So we are getting into some crazy speed ranges. You Shell Smash, you hope you get hit, and then like Salac Berry, and then you do a lot of damage. Now, Special Carracosta is actually a thing, which is really interesting to think about. So with our special attack, we go Mild Nature, again cutting defense if we want like Salac Berry. Kind of the same idea, now we can play around in different ways. But overall, think about this. Hydro Pump getting Stab after our Shell Smash into Shenanigans is actually going to be more damage than the Waterfall. So our Stab Hydro Pump even though it only has 80% accuracy, which means it's going to be comparable to the Stone Edge at that range. But even then, since we have lower special attack, you might not think it's that great. However, in the end of the damage and stuff, by the time Hydro Pump gets stabbed, extra damage, just everything works off that base power so well that it actually ends up being more powerful on an 83 special attack than a 108 attack. So you can run the special Carracosta. Also, for some reason, you get Ice Beam, but not Ice Punch. If you had Ice Punch, I think physical would be better in almost every way. With Ice Beam, we hold on to really good ice coverage, and we even get Earth Power. So unfortunately, the best that we have with our Rock Stab is going to be Ancient Power. I'm not a huge fan of that. Now, there's the 10% chance to raise all stats, but I'd rather go with the Earth Power. You have that super effective hit chance on Steel-type Pokemon, and it's just going to be good coverage overall. A lot of Pokemon don't like seeing that Earth Power. However, again, at the same time, like against Rock-type Pokemon, Fire-type Pokemon, you already have Hydro Pump for damage. So you are kind of doubling down on super effective hits, so you could kind of put in something else here. They do get access to Focus Blast, or if you want to put in like Hidden Power. Is Hidden Power Fire a thing that would work here? Maybe. Hidden Power Grass would be interesting for taking out other Carracosta. That would also be Swampert, Marsh Stomp, and Gastrodon. So Hidden Power Grass could do something there. Yeah, Hidden Powers and whatnot is what you're dealing with, but you do have to worry about the accuracy, and after that, you're good to go. Now, White Herb. I've never been a fan of White Herb on any kind of Shell Smash Pokemon. Now it makes sense. So let's look at White Herb. Restores all lowered stages to 0 when less than 0. Shell Smash, since it's dropping your defenses at the same time, your defenses are going back up to neutral. Now Carracosta kind of gets a pass on this. It does have the Solid Rock ability, so it takes less damage from super effective hits. With the White Herb, Shell Smash into that means you might get extra durability, you might be able to knock out a Pokemon and then survive the next hit on the incoming Pokemon. It can give you some effective tankiness, but at the same time, since Carracosta is a Water-type Pokemon, very, very weak to Grass and Electric, with that low special defense, I don't think it's going to be worth trying to gamble on a White Herb. And then White Herb's Sturdy feels a little silly, because why have the White Herb if you're already trying to bank on getting one-hit KO'd or something? Or even on Pokemon without Sturdy that get Shell Smash. I feel Focus Sash is going to be a better item because it gives you a lot more scenarios where you just come in, you absorb that super hit that would have knocked you out even with the White Herb, or even with something crazy. You can go into some of the worst case scenarios minus Stealth Rocks with that Focus Sash, and then just go to town. Now, if Stealth Rocks is going to be a problem for you, then you bring a Pokemon with Defrog, you bring a Pokemon with Rapid Spin, you put all of your weight onto that Pokemon that's going to sweep with the Shell Smash, and you can still find a lot of work there. So that's going to be Carracosta with Shell Smash. So I did mention Carracosta earlier with the setup. It does get Stealth Rocks. With the Solid Rock ability, it becomes absurdly tanky. So what we can do is max out our hit points, max out our special defense. Now it is going to be relaxed instead of impish or bold because we have Scald and knockoff options. So we don't want to reduce the damage from either of those, and we have terrible speed, so relaxed doesn't hurt us at all. And Solid Rock, so we're just going to be tanky and we take up moves. And as for the last move, I'm just saying stuff goes here because you could run the Stone Edge, you can try to edge out a bit more damage, you can go with the Aqua Jet. Carracosta does get access to Aqua Jet. You could maybe consider it on the physical set, but again, if you're trying to outspeed everything with Salac Berry anyways, no use running priority because then you're going to get marginal damage even against other opponents' priority. It's not really that insane, but on other sets, you know, Aqua Jet can work out really well on Carracosta. With this, you can Aqua Jet, so say you use Stealth Rocks, take a hit, knock off, take a hit. You might as well get that Aqua Jet damage if they are going to outspeed you and get that 3-hit KO on you. Things to consider with that, or again, just Stone Edge for higher amounts of damage. Coverage options, because Scald Aqua Jet's kind of awkward with that knockoff. So you do have just weird things that could happen. You can Scald your opponent, they can get burned. Now their physical threats are starting to get taken care of. Just weird stuff, but if you're not running Shell Smash, that's what you can expect. Also, Carracosta, just some other move things, like it gets Wide Guard, it can do all sorts of really interesting things. I'm just going to bring up the moveset table right here. So you get access to Curse. I feel since you have Shell Smash, you don't really need to go hyper tanking on that Curse. And with your low special defense, there's no way of boosting your special defense. If it had access to Amnesia or something like that, maybe get Curse in on top of that, we could do something, but we can just kind of see that we do get some really interesting moves overall. We have Iron Defense, so we want to heavily boost our defenses. That's fine, become like the ultimate physical wall. You can be an ultimate physical wall setup Pokemon with knockoff, that can be alright. We don't have any hard sustain, so that's going to be a problem, but Low Kick, Iron Head, Iron Defense, we get a lot of different coverage moves and a lot of different options, so there is some diversity to Carracosta. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, that's how you use it, and I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you for watching.